Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to another video, Mornings with me. It's Monday, so I went through the weekend and some stuff has happened. It's been kind of a really cool weekend. First, we have another therapy dog. This little puppy comes out of the jungle. There's a lot of stray dogs in the area, so they're all over the place. But this little guy looks like an old dog that I had when I was getting rid of all of my stuff and getting prepared to live out of a backpack and travel the world and go search for whatever the hell I was searching for. God, basically. What we're all searching for is this connection to something. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to be doing? And I had to rehome him. And it was really difficult because he was 5 years old. And I am very emotionally attached to all of my pets. They are my children. And this little guy, like I said, looks just like him. He's got the blue tick coon hound coloration. And he's just really sweet, and he doesn't jump up, and he's really calm, and he's really quiet, and I was just like instantly in love with him. And I had this moment, I think it was Saturday morning, where I felt Banjo's presence. And I had not cried about that situation in a long time, because it's kind of a sad story, because he had one of those identification chips in his skin, and the forever home that it was supposed to be, that I gave him to, ended up not being. And I received messages, and as much as I tried to help him out in his life and his travels, I really wasn't able to. And yeah, it was really sad. It really hurt me. So this little dog has come in and brought all of these emotions up, and I was able to really cry, and I felt forgiven by Banjo, and that, it's okay, that maybe he understands why I had to rehome him. I even thought maybe he's not even on the physical plane anymore. Maybe he's passed away. That's really what I felt. Who knows? But it's a possibility that his spirit has come through this puppy. So we decided to keep him, and I thought about naming him Banjo, but I couldn't really do that. So we settled on Bingo, which was one of the names I almost named Banjo. One of the other things that has been cool is the guy that I picked up Friday. Wesley is his name. I received permission to say his name now. He's been here a couple of days. It's been really super cool. We've been looking into his birth chart and, and doing MTVs. It's been nice to have somebody here again after being alone for a while. And yeah, this brings me around to, I've been doing a lot of birth chart readings, and I'm starting to kind of get in my groove and figure it out. It's a lot of work, but I'm really enjoying it. One of the things that I do basically is I paint your birth chart as a party. And basically this life is just a massive party. It's in the blink of an eye. And we're just here to experience what we're here to experience. And sometimes it gets heavy, and sometimes it's fun, and sometimes it's crazy, and sometimes you wonder why the fuck you even came to the party in the first place. But here you are at the party. So now what do you do? And getting to know all of your planets and your placements, and each planet has a relationship to each other planet depending on where they are on the exact time of birth, when you took your first breath. So yeah, I've gotten a lot of really positive responses about it, and it's been a lot of fun. So yesterday morning I had an alien visitor. That was a really interesting one too. And it made me think of telling you about, like, you know, you're watching these YouTube videos and there's that Gaia commercial. And maybe one day there'll be a Gaia commercial on my YouTube channel, because then they're like, don't they pay you for that? Like that advertisement thing? So anyway, he's talking about, you know, the alien information that he's received and how we're all going to be, you know, going through our own tests and and we're all in this alone. I always laugh because, I mean, the information is so real. I mean, he's a really interesting dude. But I'm like, where did you come from? But it's so real. But the information that I feel it's lacking the emotions. Because it's like, okay, we're all going to be going through these tests and we all got to do this alone. No, really. Like, let me sit you down and tell you, like, these tests that we have to go through to heal ourselves and be noticed by the divine, so that we can get through all of this crazy bullshit that's going on, is real, and it's hard, and it's difficult, and you cry a lot, and you wonder what the fuck it's all for. But the rewards when you pass that test, like, it's, how good do you feel when you finally get the exam results and you've aced it, and like for weeks you've been like, oh God, I don't know if I knew all those answers, and it just felt like it was crazy. I felt like I failed, but you passed. Or maybe you just passed by the skin of your teeth and you're like, oh yes, at least I got enough right that I passed. And the rewards are indescribable. So then I'm like, okay, well, where's everybody at? Most everybody is the same place. You know, the planets move. A lot of the outer planets move kind of slow. So most everybody's still in Taurus, and, you know, the big guys are still in Aquarius. Well, where's the moon? Well, the moon is in Aquarius right now. And Aquarius to me is like, well, for one, it's the image of the bowl pouring out the water, sometimes being held. I'm not holding this water. It's rebellious, it's freeing, it's unique, it's spilling water all over the place. And it's a giving of water, right? But it's also an air sign, which is a clue of that combination of air and water, that relationship that air carries water, and that water can become free of the lake or the stream in evaporating into the air. It transforms. So I'm like, all right, time for the cards. Let's throw the cards down. I'm shuffling. I'm thinking about the moon and Aquarius and the water and the coolness. Center, north, south, east, west. I flip over the center and it's Ace of Wands. So that's fire. I'm like, whoa. I was thinking about cool blue moon in Aquarius. And this card pops up as the powers of fire, this new found energy in wands, in a fire stick. And the last couple of birth charts I've been doing have had a lot of focus on fire and water. There has been a lot of other focuses on fire and water and how to use, see, fire and water, it's not like they get along, right? Like water will put out a fire, and once you, if it's raining, oh my God, the amount of fires I have tried to start in the rainforest when everything is damp. If you're an avid hiker, camper, you know how hard it is to light the fucking fire when it's just drizzling or it's just rained. Those elements, they're hard to work with together. But they're also both uniquely powerful. So what's in the north? What's in the air? The air is the other element we're thinking about here. And I flip it, and it's the magician. And I was like, oh, who else to be perfectly positioned in the north, in the top, is this magician of all things. And being able to harness and use these elements, that's what magic is you form a relationship with the elements, with the world around you, and you kind of, it's not really a dominant control. I mean, then you're kind of like a crazy wizard, you know, those guys exist too. The black wizards kind of exist too. Depending on what kind of magic you want to do, you're either compassionately, lovingly controlling these elements and shaping them and molding them and giving them love and surrendering to them as well. Or you're trying to control them and make them do something. I mean, that kinetic Mars force is sometimes needed when you really need to manifest something. And I feel like that is going to be something that is needed to kind of shift this major global unbalanced position that is going on. There has to be, it's got to be strong. Like, it can't be just, oh, I kind of want to change the world. You know, kind of. Maybe not. That's not going to change nothing. So I'm like, okay, we got to have that magician in the top. So who's in the south? Who's grounding this whole operation? And it's King of Wands. I was like, there's that fire stick, and he's the king. He is holding the fire stick in his kingly manner. And in my deck, the King of Wands is also the Emperor. He's got us, man. He's the king. He's got it. No worries. This is under control. This fire stick is grounded by the king. It's under control. You could think of the emperor or the king as the sun, you know? He's got this shit. No worries. So I'm like, who's in the east? Who's coming up over that hill? Shedding light on everything. I flip it, and it's the Queen of Diamonds. Pentacles. Eventually, if you keep watching this, you'll just know which one's which. Spades, swords, clubs, wands, diamonds, pentacles, hearts, cups. So this Queen of Diamonds, Pentacles, is also the Empress. We've got the king in the ground holding us, and we've got this Empress coming up over the horizon with her massive amounts of love and compassion. And yeah, love and compassion. She embraces us. It's okay. It can get heavy, the fire can get out of control. It's gonna get out of control. It is out of control. The world is crazy right now. And the scientists and everybody, I think most everybody agrees now that it might get crazier. But she's there. She's gonna shed light on everything. And if you're watching this video, then you definitely have at least some kind of interest in getting back in touch with the divine and what's beyond the veil and the energies that actually move everything around. So, yeah. She's there for us. So what's in the West? At the end of the day, who are we crawling in bed with? It was 8 of diamonds, 8 of pentacles. Now, 8 is the moving number. It's a movement. Diamonds and pentacles is earth, it's resources, it's kind of moving resources around. I had this image of like, you know, the futuristic movies where they've got all of the little apps and they're like, and the screen is see-through and they're moving everything around and, you know, sitting at a desk, moving shit around, right? And then I thought of like kaleidoscopes, right? Because then like the diamonds, and I was like, ooh, when you move a diamond around in the sun, you know, and you see all the different colors and the different prisms and the different perspectives, changing perspectives and being able to shift from, oh shit, we're about to die, to, wait a second, no, I'm going to shift and, you know, everything's going to be okay. It's going to be what it is. And that's just the swing of life. That's just how the cookie crumbles. Wow, that just gave me. So, this card is also about focus. And it's about practice. And that made perfect sense with if you're called to the path, if the aliens have turned on the switch and you start hearing a vibration that keeps calling you to find something is missing, I need to look for something, then you are one of these people that, yeah, I mean, depends on how you want to play it. What kind of character do you want to be in the movie? You know, you can ignore it and just go about your life, or you can just play the role. Be the hero if you want to. I mean, that's a difficult role. He gets all the scars. But basically, at the end of the day, the 8 of diamonds, the 8 of pentacles is telling us however you want to look at it, you paint your own reality, and whatever decision you make, you have to focus and practice. Well, especially, I mean, if you want to move along the path and find the answers, it's focus and practice. So yeah, I wrote down how much fire was in that spread. Fire and earth. It's all fire and earth. And the magician that's juggling it all. Yeah, that conflict of learning how to use the 2 elements in your own favor. And the clues are in alchemy for that too. I really like studying alchemy. I really like studying alchemy, and it has a lot of hidden clues to a spiritual path. I think everybody kind of is starting to figure that out as well. So yeah, thank you so much for watching all the way till the end. And don't forget about the surprise affiliate link in the description below. And check out my link tree I've got. podcasts where people that have come to coma tell their story. I've got spiritual journals that are published on Amazon, #MysticEve. I've got Patreon, which if you become a Patreon, I can't remember which tier, but one of the tiers, I give you the birth chart reading and send you every couple of days what the next planet placement is at the party that you're at, and how to move around in that party. So, yeah. Thank you again for watching and listening, and don't forget to bow to the sun and the moon. Ciao.